Good morning, coming to you at 0700 hours, 49 minutes. Tuesday, January 29th, 2019. Excuse the tissue. Haven't had a nosebleed in forever. And I was starting a live when it happened. So that's the tissue sitting by me. So that's pretty crazy that happened. But I'm still going to do my live. I don't care. And this one, I just did a live on my YouTube, a quick 13 minutes, a race after 24 hours. So check it out. It's the same thing I'm going to say on here. It's about black community building, quote unquote black. I'm not going to use quotes because I guess that's the word we're going to go by because any other word we seem not to agree on, but we can at least agree on black is the word to call our race for now until we get more together and we start making truths to everything we're doing. So black community building is a found of community and unity back in 2009 spiritually when it came to me, and I thought at that time it was going to happen in 2 years. Within 2 years I started learning, and I was thinking, man, if I wasn't learning back in 2009, so or 2007 or 8 when it really came, but by 2009 I thought I was ready. 2010 I thought I was going to take off. If I'd have started, I think I'd have been in a world of hurt because what I'm seeing now, as I started talking, I was always talking to people outside about different things, and then I wasn't maturated yet. I wasn't fully mature or wise enough to understand that the things I say and do was going to be inducive based on me being a African descendant black man in America in the city I was in. I didn't think about that. I was thinking I had a different mind. Now I have a mature mind to understand that a lot of people are not ready for a revolution, and we're still not ready for a revolution. But one thing I can help with the creator to make people aware that we in for a fight. This fight is going to be different. This fight is not going to be boycotting of movements where we just walk around. Those, and I did the stop your violence because that's important to me. Only movements I see is important for Black America is stop the violent movement. If we can get our men and women to stop killing each other, that's the only movement I'm worried about. All the other movements I don't care because our ancestors did the best, and then there was they was even tricked. They was tricked into when you make music. I'm gonna talk about this one and another one. When you make music, when you play sports, you under contract. So under contract, you got to follow a certain set of rules and laws. We didn't write none of these rules or laws, but then they were wanting us to fully understand the rules and laws. And what Black community building is going to do is going to start grooming young men and women to want to be doctors, lawyers, attorneys. We gonna need people in position or strong men and women. We gonna need to be strong again. I don't want to get into it because if you read and if you study history, what you keep hearing and seeing is not what history is telling you. That's not what history is showing you. As in, e.g., that African descendant women are just now going to other races of men. That's not true. They always been doing it. The first Loving versus Virginia was the first one when an African American woman went to court to marry a white man. So that became the first interracial agreed terms that they can be together without being killed. And if we don't think about that, if that never happened, that never opened up the floodgates for Black men to be with white women. I keep seeing this over and over. People want to use colorism. No, colorism is a ism. How I explained it is how we know colorism is just racism. A schism is schemes. So if you take a seed, the seed is, let's say the seed, three evils of the war are war, poverty, and the middle finger is racism. Let's do that. Let's do that in the light. War, war. See, that's peace. But how you have peace when you drop a, see, three fingers was supposed to be the sign of the children of the light, the Illuminati, right? The three lines, the masters. But when you drop one, and if you do the peace sign and put a circle around my hand, that's the peace sign. That's why I don't use the word peace no more. The spirit just told me to explain this to why I don't do certain things. Then you can see why I'm not crazy. The peace sign is 3. Now put a circle. You put a circle around my 3 fingers. There's the peace sign. Just to use your creativity, your imagination. And when I drop it, what that become? The peace sign. And also we made it into deuces. See you later. Bye. So we dropped the poverty, right? That means we ignoring it. We didn't drop it. We ignoring it. And then we gonna drop this war, racism, and poverty. So poverty. Now let's say we dropped the war. We ignored it. And we got left. We got a middle finger. Think about that. It's saying middle finger mean, and the meaning is fuck you. And we left with racism. So racism is the seed of what we seeing of, if we're going to call it colorism, racism is the seed of colorism. Is right? So when you grow, what happens? They grow roots. And when you grow roots, it branches out and it stems out as far as you want it to be. And look how far we is. 400, 266 years later, 50 years later, 400. Racism is the same as it was when they was doing them. Racism is actually worse. You got to understand racism is a scheme. They didn't have to be racist when they was beating on us when we were slaves. Think about that. I don't have to be racist towards you. I am already enslaving. I'm already enslaving you. I don't got to be racism. I don't got to be racist. I'm going to pull you towards me. I got you with religion. Religion was before slavery. I got you. So our mind started to be gone before we was physically enslaved. That's chattel chattel slavery. Go look that up. We was already gone. That's why when recently the man tried to breed, they shot down airplanes. They don't even know how they don't even know how they knocked down airplanes because they're not allowed to. Excuse me. They're not allowed to go get their rubbish. When your debris, when you planes crash, you're allowed during war to get your debris and the people that came down, and you can find the body. They don't even find the airplanes that come over the island. The Senegalese killed the man trying to bring them religion to them. They didn't understand what he was even saying. I don't care how much you smile. And the man knew better. So we know better and we still go to them. So as they give us racism, the subroot of racism became colorism. And what they did, since the really Lynch theory and the Jim Crow law is fake, but somehow it's working so well. And even he wrote, and it's the funny part, it's a part that says they're going to call this fake one day. But why they're calling this fake one day is going to be working. Let that sink in for a little bit. Why we calling everything fake, but we don't call nothing out fake. As when I tell African descendant black women that black men still love black, like he's saying, no, they don't. But the wise man said we're not supposed to look at celebrities. How many black men are celebrities? There's less than 2%. So if we make up 33% of the population, less than 3% are celebrities, less than 3%. I'm going to make it even. We still have 30% of Black America still available. How are we allowing out of 30 to 3, that's 10%. How are we allowing 10% to dictate 90%? That makes no sense. The wise man said, When we start listening to celebrities, we're going to fail. And when a rich man become the government, the president, when we elect him in, when we select him, we already know we in the new world. Everything is about to start commencing. Cover up, going calm is to calm, go over, overcast, the overshadow, the over, bring over us. So we're commenced already. The new world order is being commenced. So we got to start thinking about black community building. What does that really mean? Black community building is when, if I get killed today, there should be a young man that should be able to follow my footsteps. If I die today, we still should be as strong. So in the churches, the Christianization, when the church go down, people shouldn't leave. The next man in line should be able to sustain the church. But no, it's not designed that way. But if we don't design and come to a grounds and get away from the indoctrinations and the system, we will not be able to black community build. Think about that. Till we get away from the system. So that means what I was saying before when I first started, we need doctors, we need lawyers, we need the doctors. We don't need no more medicine in our body. They learn if you take a little bit of trace saline, that's mercury, however you pronounce the word, and you put it in Chips Ahoy, they know it can mess with your pH and chemical pH balance, your chemical balance of your body of alkaline and acidic. But they know that certain things. Now, when they do that, they have to influctuate. So they have to flood in a mass amount of certain amount of whatever propaganda they need to use. So if the propaganda to tell us that we need to be humble through, we got to be sheeps and let the wolves kill us before we can be saved. Listen to what they're said. Our savior is going to be them. Think about it. And the serpent is white woman. Don't think white women don't play a part. That's why, but they needed the man to destroy our women. When you destroy the woman womb in her mind, you destroy the nation. Women, this is not a diss to you. If this anything, this will make you aware of what you're feeding yourself, what you're putting in your body, when you perm your hair, when you eat certain foods, when you love a certain type of thing. If you think makeup is just for, no, makeup is to hide your face. If you cannot be self-high esteem, I don't use confidence, within yourself, if you think you're special, why are you wearing a weave? Why is it even blonde? That's a psychological mind saying you trying to be white. When you see a black man with the gray highlights, he's trying to be white. He's a Sambo and you a mammy. Daddy is, we can't call it the daddy. Daddy went towards the mammies. They groomed the young. I'm going to keep repeating it until you do your research, until you understand what is really going on. We think it's gone. It's no. We're still slaves. Slavery never ended. If you check what they abolished or apartheid during slavery, they didn't give us land. Everything that they was trying to give us, they was like, no, we can't give them that. We need them to still be slaves. We need them to still listen to us. We need them to work for us. We took up, they even lied. They didn't even look at that. They ended slavery, gave us the land, but didn't tell us how that works. They gave us a book and we couldn't read. And then we accumulated taxes. They had to take the land from us. Look at the trick. We gave homage to evil. And I hear a woman say, a black woman that make money now, oh, I'm going to be mad because he gave me money. He flew me out there. He added me to the company. That's to keep you comfortable. That's to chastise you. That's to keep you submissive. You don't have a problem being submissive to a money, but you have a problem being submissive to a man that look as me. Because I'm not giving you money. I'm not kissing your ass. That's the part we got to wake up to. If we're going to be woke, just be aware to what they're truly doing. If you're not aware to what they're doing, and when I ask you a question, you're going to fight me. I'm going to say, how many other black women have you got into the company? You shouldn't be proud that you're the only black woman. You should be questioning. But that's what they taught you in religion, not to question. People keep saying, why I keep saying religion? Because I learned religion was the first slavery. Slavery didn't happen first. It was religion. Religion is the form of indoctrination of the systems, the colonizations, all the things we see, what we're doing wrong to each other, came through the form of binding us. They didn't bond us, they binded all of this together. Then they put us in a bondage. Then they put chains. They put physical chains. I can tie you up to a chair made of plastic with a string that you can bite, which you can go like this real quick with your teeth, and it's like solid open. And you would still think you changed. I can't. You did you watch Django? He killed the man that was trapped. He opened the cage. They stepped out. He's like, "You are free." It was like, "We don't want." They became so weak in mind. They all got back in the cage. Think about that. We got out the cage and now we got back in. So that's why we need those black people to be married to black people. Camilla Harris is married to a white man. Don't argue with me. I don't care what you say. He's white. He's known as a Euro. She's known as black. She's not mixed. She's black and he's Euro. That's how they look at it because they know the truth. See, they know. Why do a 10-year-old white girl know the truth? And if you get a mixed black girl, she's fed lies. And if you get a full black woman, she's deluded to the point where she killing herself. She's stopping her own greatness to come. Why is that? Why I can take three types of young women, black, mixed, biracial, and the white girl. So four. The biracial and mixed are two different things because mixed is you got a little bit more than black in you, but you're classified because your skin is darker or a brown. The white girl because she's a Euro nationality or ethnicity, and then you got the biracial that's black and white, mulatto, and then you got black. That's more African or American descent. That's still with a black person. That's in America that came here with them, according to our ancestors. Why do the white girl, as you get darker, why do the darker young lady have less understanding of her own information? Why do the white girl know more about you than you know about yourself? Why, as a man, I know more about you than you know? Because you don't read. When they say black men, we read. Black women read, but they picking. When I'm talking to a black woman, even a lady I've been associated to lately, she's picking and choosing. And I told her she wanted to have a discussion about. I was like, no, it was about mothers and them black women. That's mothers. I said, no, I'm not doing that. She said, even though we're gonna disagree, can we have that? I was like, that served no purpose. If we're just going to disagree, I'm not about to have a dialogue yet. It will be an immature. I want to come to a time when we come to a common or a court where we can sit down and say, that's the truth. If you get me to understand that's the truth, that's when only time I want to sit down. I don't believe in. To disagree, you have to agree. A disagreement. So our agreement will be talking about single mothers, but we're going to just disagree on everything of why they're single mothers. Because there's no accountability. And I keep saying women, we always been accountable. No, you was always indoctrinated a certain way. You were not held accountable for your actions. Because if you got with a man, he hurt you, and you made the decision to be with him, and I told you not to, whose fault is that? A lot of women will not say them. And the ones that would say them, I'll say, okay. Now when I say, when you kept accepting him back after his wrong, whose fault is that? After certain questions, they will not answer and say that was their fault. I want them to understand that they made the choice. Then the next thing they're going to say, should I be alone? I say, why not? Why should you not be single? You're saying you're searching for, but you don't want to know. You be single until it's there. Or I don't recommend this. I tell them maybe you need to date out and go date other races. But they're like, I love black men. I say, no, you don't. Then I start getting into the nitty gritty questions. The nitty gritty. I'm getting it now with them. How many black men you curved in your life? See, they don't see, and even in the dirty ones. And I say, what type of black man you want? Do you want Drake? Do you want the Common? The Drakes, the Commons, the Denzels, or do you want the nerd? Like if you want the nerds, well, the nerds are not excited by vagina. So to get them, you got to go to where they at. But then when she starts saying, I'm not going there, a man supposed to seek me out, and I say, okay then. So you're trying to find, you wanna receive a man that's not in the area you're in. You got to go to the same area. I had to learn this. So part of community building, we got to come to realization, not everybody gonna think you handsome. Not everybody gonna think you beautiful or pretty. It's gonna be a one, or remember, it's not, it's gonna be a lot. But then you got to take account of the mentality of the people too. I stopped being bitter after the woman told me why she didn't like me. She said, or admire me. She admired my words and everything I stood for, my height. But her attraction to me physically, she didn't have it. She enjoyed my muscles, the muscles that I had at the time or whatever. She said she wasn't physically attracted. All I can say, what can I physically say? So if Serena Williams gonna say black men don't, we're not attracted to a woman that look like, but I can show you some dark-skinned, chocolate, thick, beautiful bodybuilder women that is so beautiful that Serena Williams is right here. Sorry, you are not on these women levels. And they make money too. They are beautiful. And it got nothing to do with you because you're a dark-skinned woman. And that's the stupidity of colorism. So we're going to chalk it up and say the root of color, the sub-root for the root to the seed is racism. It has nothing to do with Serena is not that pretty of a dark-skinned woman. She's not that pretty of a woman, period. Men, I find her beautiful, but all my guy friends would not never date dark-skinned guys, the Puerto Rican guys, the light-skinned guys. They would want to have sex because she's a woman. The dark-skinned ones, but I can show them another dark-skinned woman. They're like, yo, she bad. Yo, I want to have kids with her. No, they didn't like Serena. But that's why I don't follow celebrities. Because I see pretty dark-skinned. I started walking up, because since they don't want to talk to me, I ask them nicely. And they'll say yes or no. I say, I did that once. Her picture didn't show up because I remember memory. I was so mad. She was so beautiful, dark-skinned woman. Because I was gonna do my Instagram post and show Serena in this pretty, no makeup, tall. No, she's about Serena's height. Serena was like 5'7", 5'5", same height as Serena. No makeup, no muscles, no nothing. And she was a beautiful chocolate, dark-skinned woman. Darker to Serena. And I showed guys, and none of them said she was ugly. They was like, yo, she bad. Yo, where can I love chocolate. And I talk to men, I love chocolate women. But the thing that they don't want to, and I told my friend, I'm going to call her my friend because she got qualities of a friend. Since we think that it's a colorism thing, what do you do that's so great that make a man want to be with you? And a married man, a married friend I know, we talked about, I'm not showing his name, but he allowed me to say it. When he was just use an example, the guys, when we in relationships with black women, when we sick, we don't get, you still got to go to work, but I have some cough medicine, some natural medicine. Come take this. Let me make you breakfast. Let me get you ready for the work in the morning. Well, remember, we're the provider. They want that white standard, which we know the eyes on the prize changed the standard. And we know before that, we was the original word to be saved. It had nothing to do with being a Christian. Being saved is when the black man went out and fought wars to keep his women, the black women, safe and his children. That's what being saved. And to be caught up is when we allowed them to think they was coming to save us. Listen to that again. To be saved is when we went out and fought the wars and we fought against the things against us. That's being saved for our black women and our children. But when we get caught up, listen to the word, caught up, raptured, we allowed them in. and we allowed to get comfortable. We took on their plights. They took over our sacred remnants, our voodoo. They took over our scarification. Wakanda was an example. They colonized us and told us it was evil, and they're using it for the greatness of them. We supposed to be using our greatness. That's why I say they had to bring us religion. They had to destroy our very foundation that upheld the black community building. So if this is just around the round, it's about to be, we in the third week of, we in the fourth week of January, round 4. Because this year is about spiritual uplifting too. The power of oneness. Check out your power of oneness. What is your eye saying when you look at a black man or a black woman? What is your face saying? And listen to those people. I am one of those men. I understand. I'm not as attractive. I might have to use a different approach when I approach black women. I'm okay with that. But I'm not going to kiss ass to get to one. If little hobo, Ray, Pookie, Tyrone, Jeremy, the names they use, if he took less to get her, sorry, black women, don't expect no man to do more. That's a bonus as well. Him having money is a bonus. So you want the wrongs. And then if you allow men into your life and you have babies with them that never gave you what you desire now, don't expect the men to come along. That's realization. That's a one I'm gonna do. The power of understanding. This is part of the Power of Oneness series. The power of understanding is realization. If you don't realize, you gotta incite that. And I asked the woman, what's the difference between you and her? She said she have nakedness. And I said, no. I wasn't telling the lady I called my friend. I was like, no. Her persona is esteemed high. Not because she's naked. She's excited about life. You're not walking around excited. I'm walking, and it's funny, people, they get so many mixed different things. Like, I can't figure you out. You're not. If they made a movie or biography about me, a documentary, it won't be about sex. I hate this new Soul Train one. Don Cornelius killed himself for a reason. We're about to put all the sex in this damn movie. Why every time it's a black imagery, we gotta have some type of corruption? This man was not about sex. Why is they putting this in this movie? And why is this on be on BET? It's not even owned by black people. Deborah Wilson gave it up and she had to buy it back. And it's owned by, like, when are we gonna learn? When we gonna get it? It's not black entertainment. It's it's BDT, Black Destruction Television. BDT, Black Destruction Television. Or BBC, Big Black Cocks. Come on now. Everything is like, we don't even get our own demise yet. We demise in our own destruction. We are running the path now. We don't get it. What I say unto one, I say unto all, is your path, is your journey, is your choice. Choose wisely. Foundation of black community building is to get us to understand that the things we're doing is our own demise. We got to fix our homes first. Our homes got to be, everything start with you. Stop looking outside. That's negative. That's anything. If you can't control it, that's the boundaries of negative. If it's in your area, if I look out my window and that's the patio, whether it's my apartment or it's my home, I control that. I can say what goes on my patio and what don't. If it's my house, I can say what picture I can put on my wall. I can say what things I look at on my phone. I can watch what I want to watch on television. They telling me what to watch, so I'm telling me what I should be watching. I know that I'm reading, that's a re-ad. I know what ads and things I shouldn't reviewing. I know what, if I do, I'm checking it out for a reason. I listen to songs for a reason. I don't listen to a lot of these songs for enjoyment, but we don't own them. By law, we gave them up. We don't even own the rights to the song. We don't even engineer our own music. We don't even really we're the producer, but we're not the engineer. Think about that. We need engineers too. We need doctors. We need lawyers. We need people to fight the law we need to fight them what they're fighting us with. And then when they try to fight us with, we're not gonna care if they change it. because we're going to have our own citizenship. We're going to be our own people. We're not going to have social security numbers. We're not going to be slaves anymore. Once we killed our community, we can stop being slaves. Our young men and women don't have to be in fear we can build our own schools. We can build our own hospitals. I don't care about black businesses right now because we don't have our own hospital yet. We don't have our own school. Forget that. Start a school. I know a 2 plus. I'm not the biggest on math. Once you learn how to add and subtract and divide, that's the only equation you need. I don't need a big equation. If you give me a pill, what equation I'm going to need to take half of this pill? How many milligrams? I know if I pick 2 drops, that's enough. You're going to know the difference. And we're going to have people that study in this. So they're going to know the equation. They're going to be doing the right things by us and for us. And they're not going to be informants. They're not going to be FBI agents. They're not going to be pawns and decoy because they're going to be birthed from their mother. They're going to get an inheritance for their mother or their father, and they're going to be loved. The father go to work. The mother is not going to be allowing herself to be polluted with these white people ideologies. And just because if the woman make money, she don't understand, okay, I may not be the beautifulest woman. He don't want to talk to me. It's okay if one man don't want to talk to you. You want to date Drake, the man that's having, and I'm not saying it's going to be perfect in the way we want to call it. Perfect, we are whole. I'm not saying it's going to be 100%, 1000% correct. But what's this going to do is going to explain and say, you're just not the prettiest man or the handsomest man. You're not the prettiest woman. You might have to approach or appreciate different things. Like as in we say another man trash, maybe another man or woman's treasure. If I'm not as handsome to one person or one lady, there's other women that might call me. So we got to start thinking upon that. We got to start doing that. And once we do that, we're going to be better. So I say, have a good day. Be the best you can be. Work on it. Your affirmations. And once you affirm yourself, once you love yourself, and once you treat yourself good, there's no person in this world, no entity, no thing, nothing that if they treat you bad, you will not accept it. And what you would not accept, then that will make you a better person. That will enlighten you. That would help you to understand. That's what happened to me. Once I started asking questions, I asked her why. She said, well, I don't have this. Cool. I can't get mad at her for having a standard. You need your daughters to have requirements. You need your sons to have requirements. And one thing I had put on my Instagram, check it out, is Oldness1716. I'm gonna keep putting it all my lives. Is I had this spiritually, it came to me, it says, if somebody just don't like you or admire you, they just don't admire you. You cannot do nothing to change their mind or nothing. Because the people that's in marriages and in love with people, majority of them had an admiration for them at the first time they see them. It had nothing to do with anything they done. It might have just been a presence about them, a feeling, or just the attraction level. And it got more, it got better. See how it grew, it got better, it got more. So if you work on your affirmations, your empowerments, make sure they're positive and good. Like my empowerment, today I was strong. Yesterday I was strong, but today I'm stronger. You see how I didn't use a person's name? I didn't attack nobody. I didn't single people out. I was direct on me. I kept it on me. And I said, I love myself. And my reinforcement, I kept saying, I am better than I was yesterday. I didn't even have to mention nothing about another person because only what you begot. So if positive and good begot positive, you're going to have to need positive and good. If you need hate, the first thing, I don't get enjoyment from somebody hating against me. I get a spirit of, I'm hurt. That's disheartening. That's sad. That's me because I love people. That's the reason I want to do this. And that's the reason I go out every day. Or when I get a chance, it's an opportunity, or I'm aligned to talk to a young man or a woman, then I'll do it. So you have a good day. Stay hydrated. Try to eat healthy, be healthy. Besides eating healthy,